Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. Today's transmission is very much about breaking out of the illusion of the matrix, shifting your perspective higher and deeper, clearing out subconscious programs, and then elevating just to a higher perspective. And as you do that, you can allow anything that is not aligned to that to drop away, and even avert disaster that you may have created from a less conscious perspective. It's really about awakening awareness, moving up on the ascension path, and this is also reflected in relationships. We're going to talk a bit about that as well, connecting to that higher love, higher relationship. And we're going to bring some light codes through at the end to really help you get that at a deeper level, at a soul level, at an embodied level that goes past your conscious mind through light language. I've also got a painting that's been showing up, one of my earlier paintings, that is about really aligning to your true heart's desires and allowing those seeds to go where they need to grow and germinate to deliver that soul-led life. And I'll talk about that a bit at the end for anyone that's interested. So these are the cards that have come in. This is from Beyond Lemuria deck and the Unveiling the Golden Age, both by Izzy Ivy. So this is the sky. This is the energy that's coming in at the moment, and I've only just noticed that it has the hummingbird on. So I'm actually also going to include some of my hummingbird art because it's very related to what this is about. So this 7 of Earth Guardians, the sky, is about seeing from a higher perspective. When you're making decisions, make them with not only a higher perspective but a wider vision in terms of long-term vision. So it's about really deepening into what you want as a lifestyle, not what you want in this moment. It's also is about feeling what you want in this moment, but let that be guided by the long-term vision. How do you really want your life to be? And how does that fit into the bigger picture or the collective energies where we're going? So it's about connecting to really what your soul's purpose, what your heart's desire is in this moment, which fits perfectly into the bigger plan, understanding that we're connected to a larger movement, a collective movement, an ascension of the planet, where in the past actions have been taken by everybody from a lower level of consciousness without that understanding of we're all connected, we're all a team, everything we do affects everyone else, it affects the ecosystem, it affects the earth, it affects the bees, etc. So that's the energies that are coming in from above. And as we connect to that, the outcome on the ground is the tower, a narrow escape, disaster averted, near miss, resisting change, stall, delaying the inevitable. So it's about this energy of unity coming in, unity and high vision and ascension, moving towards heaven on earth. And as those energies come in, certain things need to go. Lower conscious behavior needs to go. Selfish behavior that's not connected to this greater movement needs to go. So if you can be harnessing that, you can avert disaster and allow things to move out smoothly. You can see ahead of time that something needs to go and let it go rather than waiting for the universe to take it from you in a shocking way. And it also means that we can avert disaster at a larger scale as well by receiving that information from our higher vision and our higher connection and allowing the actions that move through us from that place. Everybody doing that then prevents a larger disaster that would happen if we were continuing to behave from a lower perspective and a lower level of consciousness. So the next card is the Four of Coins, an uncluttered life. So it's saying one of those actions that we're going to be inspired to take by these higher energies of consciousness and connecting to our own purpose within the collective movement is to reevaluate our priorities. Less is more, minimalism, release materialism. So I just really see that as just letting go of anything that you may have been attached to that you can see is holding you back or is not coming with you into that higher way of living, into that place that you step into when you really step into your soul purpose, which means that when you step into your soul purpose, you're stepping into the collective movement that is a fluid movement that fits perfectly with everyone else's self-purpose. So then the energies that we're bringing in there, the light language we're going to bring in, the codes we're going to bring in and work with today is awakened awareness. I'm going to just quickly read you just the very beginning of that one, which is: beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously, communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, growing outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening. So we're working on our own awakening from the veil, from distortion and illusion, from everything we've been taught that doesn't sit right when we feel it, when we connect to our God force, that disempowers us, affects our sovereignty. And we're going to have the courage and the trust in what we feel and know, and our soul and our desires and our inner urge to push us out of our comfort zone. As we're doing that as an inner process, that facilitates the collective awakening. It helps others to do the same. So those are the codes we're going to bring in now. And just as I was about to do this reading, if you've followed me before, you know that these cards start coming through all week, bit by bit. They sit on the table, they germinate, lots of other information comes in for me around them over the week or two sometimes. And then just before this reading, I've got the Queen of Water. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourselves and others. But this is about the feminine mastery of emotions. So it's overcoming that wounded feminine, distorted feminine, reactive feminine, reacting to her wounds, and connecting to that true love within self, that soul love, that soul connection, and responding from that place, responding from higher connection to everything in your world, including your loved ones. And the Ace of Water, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. This is that true soul love, higher love templates coming in and initiating. And again, so it's not just connecting to our inner urges, our purpose within the collective movement, but really connecting to that love that we are, that mission that we are, and if we're a twin flame specifically, that unified purpose, and really allowing ourselves, whether masculine or feminine, to receive that feminine mastery, the feminine energies within the connection. If you're a feminine polarity, if you see yourself as a divine feminine, really allow yourself to bring the mastery of that in. And if you're a masculine, really allowing yourself to receive that feminine within yourself. And by both twins doing that, or counterparts if you're soulmates, you are really enabling that to be reflected out in the real world, in your connections and in your twin flame unity as well. Okay, so let's do some light language. Atata kakakata tokoko, akakata tita kakaka, akatata tita kakaka tokoko totoko, akatata tita kakaka toko, akakata akatata tita kakato koko toko, akatata tita kakaka toko, akatata tita kakaka toko toko. So I'm being shown the divorce, sudden upheaval, and bankruptcy as things that we're clearing out by raising above them in our consciousness and making our choices from a higher consciousness, a higher perspective, by transcending the veil of illusion or the 3D matrix. I'm really seeing that I in the awakened awareness card. And getting uncluttered now, so we're clearing the clutter. On all levels, relationships, demands on our time or on our resources. We're decluttering that. We're just allowing the things that are relevant to remain. Sudden. So I've had this week some healing sessions where we've what's come up to be cleared has been the suddenness, shock, sudden, unexpected, which has left its imprint. So we're clearing that and enabling it to be gentler, softer transitions, more loving, gentle transitions. As we do that, we do release that tower of everything destructing coming down shockingly. So I'm seeing divorce again. So where we're relieving traumas of relationships gone wrong, contracts broken, things that you've committed to that haven't worked out. And I feel that this has shifted people out of their bodies. So I'm feeling as we shift that shock of endeavors that have gone wrong, especially in relationships, that we're coming back into our bodies. That aspect that jumped out is coming back into our bodies. I can feel it grounding through the feet chakras. Tailbones realigning. It feels like there's been a disorientation when things haven't gone the way you've expected. Akatatatata, and we're now reorienting to where the ground is, where the heavens are. Akatatatata, which way's forward, which way's up. Akatatatakakakataka, how we fit into the picture. Akatatatatatatakakakatukukukuku, crown is opening. Akatatatatatatakatukutukutukutu. Atatatatakatakatakatakatu. Atatatatakatakatakatakatukutukuku. Akatatata, akatatatatakatakatuku, akatatatakakatukukukukukuku, akatatatakakakataka, akatatukuku, akatatatakakakatukuku, akakatakaka, akatukukukukukukukuku, akakatatakakaka. Yeah, feeling releases through the kidneys, which is fear, the liver, which is anger. Feels almost like a helicopter landing, and the propellers slowly stopping as the helicopter lands like into your body. It's a higher aspect of yourself that is able to ground once you've shifted out those shocks and traumas of when things went wrong. And I'm getting also to appreciate yourself for where you've been and what you've learned. Understand that you needed to work through those experiences and decisions that you made at a lower level of consciousness to get you to the point where you can move to the higher level of consciousness. But now is the time to move to that higher level of consciousness and to shift out anything that's related to the old level of consciousness, to make your decisions from a higher perspective now, higher awareness connected to the collective consciousness of your soul tribe. That felt like those helicopter blades stopping now. You're like slowing down, stopping. You're receiving yourself into embodiment. You're receiving your higher consciousness, your higher self into your embodiment, into your day-to-day life. You make the decisions from that place. You're evaluating priorities from that place. And this period of time over the next week or so is especially about Mercury goes retrograde as well. So this is a time where we really slow down a bit, take it a bit slower, go slow enough that we can feel our own presence. We can be present in the moment and make decisions from a place of contemplation and feeling it out, rather than being rushed and pushed to the next appointment or the next thing that's pulling on us. There we go. You're feeling that through the sacral chakra now. Feeling the wings open on the back. Can also feel that hummingbird embodied. Yeah, beautiful. I don't know if you can feel that peace. The peace of that sky, the peace of being able to go that high, the peace that's up there in that sky when you're looking down at everything going on below. But your feet on the ground. Yeah, beautiful. So what you might notice is anything coming up that is not that peace, that is not that higher perspective, that's your old way of doing things, that's based on programming or lack of awareness, not having the full perspective, only knowing part of the story. So that often, as those codes come in, can push those up to the surface where you can see them, just allow them to move out. Just acknowledge them, thank them for the teaching, and let them move out. Drink a lot of water, listen to your body. So if you'd like to receive some light codes visually through the art, so there's 2 paintings that are relevant to this reading. One is the hummingbird, and the hummingbird is about being in your love, being in your light, being in your soul's purpose. Hummingbirds can fly into places where no other creatures can go. They can go up to the really arid mountaintops that are really hard to get to, and bring their light there. And they fertilize all the flowers. The other thing that's come through with hummingbirds at the moment is the stories of the hummingbird being the masculine energy looking for his feminine counterpart. So in this picture here, the hummingbird is really, really high. It's surrounded in an unconditional love aura, and it's looking down at the world below from a higher perspective and how everything fits together. But its direction is driven by its love, and its higher vision, and its connection to unconditional love, its courage to be who it truly is among the chaos. It's very empathic, so it's about being empathic amongst that chaos, but projecting out its energy so that energy affects the environment rather than the other way around. There's also rose quartz on that painting. So to receive the energies, just let your eyes wander over it wherever they want to go with an open heart, and allow yourself to receive those unconscious energies that are in it. It doesn't need to go through your conscious mind. The other one, this one is called Wishes, and so she's got love heart lips. She's a spirit. So she's blowing on the dandelion pod, which, as we know, sends its seeds out into the world, and they float in the air and can travel a long way before they actually find the place that they're going to land and germinate. And I don't know if you're aware, but the dandelions, when they germinate, they clean up the soil, and they nourish the soil around them. So they're seen as weeds, but they're actually healing that area with their with the dandelion plant and flower as they grow. So that dandelion pod is also, as you can see, at her soul seat level or her heart level. So it's her heart chakra, but it also includes her soul seat, which is her desire to be doing her life's purpose, her soul's purpose in this world. And just this year, that painting had an upgrade. She become much more present and visible in the real world. The previous one, she was fainter, softer, more in the ethers, less visible. And the dandelion pod got a huge amount more abundant, many, many more seeds that can now germinate in this world at this level of ascension as we raise, as the world raises in vibration. It allows much more of our soul gifts to be able to germinate here. And yeah, at the beginning of this year, of last year actually, she just got fully much more abundant with all the seeds that she was sending out into the world. I have made this one into mugs and things so that you can receive those codes through the liquid that you drink, and I'm going to make it into water bottles and things like that as well. So if you're interested in that, The links are in the description box in my Etsy shop. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.